Hey guys, it's Michi. Welcome back to my channel. If you read the title, then you know, yes, I was robbed. Last week I was on vacation for about 9 days. I came back home and discovered that my house was robbed. I was in complete and utter shock that this had happened at all, but in shock that it also happened to my neighbor. And I was very grateful that I wasn't here, my dog wasn't here, and no one was physically harmed. The police were called. They came within like 10 minutes and they were here for 2 hours, just collecting evidence and taking statements, taking a log of what was taken. And there is a special division because I am a foreigner, although I'm a legal resident here, permanent resident at that. But there's a special process for those of us who live here and crimes happen to. So I'm working with it's a special name of the department, and I don't remember exactly what it's called, so I'm not going to say it and butcher it all up, and then people will be like, that's not it. Yeah, so last week was a lot. I couldn't sleep. I just felt uneasy at night. I was fine throughout the day, but at night I just felt super uneasy. Just knowing that someone was like going through my house was a lot, but I was so grateful that no one was home. I was so grateful again that no one was injured, and the things that were taken, I can replace some of them. And I'm happy. I'm so happy and I'm so humble. And I really debated whether I would share this because it's so personal and people are so mean, because no one deserves to have anything taken from them. No one. Especially, things that are close to you, not necessarily super valuable to anyone else, but very valuable to you, and no one deserves that. But I think that the lesson here is me being able to share so I could prevent this happening to someone else. And that is really important to me. So what did I do wrong, and how could I have prevented this from happening? Nothing that I did was wrong, and I could not have prevented what happened. Now, I could have made it a little bit more difficult for them. So I have installed a security system, cameras inside and outside of my home, and I have other things in place to ensure that if they come back, they will either be seriously injured or die. Okay, one or the other. And in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that they will come back, first. Secondly, I don't believe that this was a desperation type of robbery, because they could have taken every single thing that I owned, but they didn't. And I was really grateful for that. I still have my furniture, and I'm so grateful. You don't really understand the impact of robbery to a person. I mean, I've had my car broken into when I was in LA. I've had certain things taken from me, stupid stuff. Like, I knew it was a crackhead that did it, but this was very different. I've never had my home actually broken into, so this was different for me. And when I came home and discovered that it happened, I was grateful. And that sounds so strange, but I was so grateful that I wasn't home. I was so glad that my dog wasn't here. He was at daycare. I was so glad that nothing truly was horrible. And the lesson is to always be diligent in providing safety for yourself. And for women who are traveling alone, or you plan on moving to any country, no matter Mexico, any country, or even you're still in the States or in the country that you are in now, there's certain things I'm sure can be put in place so this doesn't happen to you. So I'll start by letting you know what I would travel with if I was a woman and I was traveling by myself completely. Well, that's what I did do, not if I was a woman. I am a woman, but just things that I have with me that that makes me feel a little bit more safer when I am in hotels. Because sometimes in actual hotels, they can just pop your door open. And you think that it's locked, they just pop the door open. And you're at their mercy. That's a no, okay? So if you, I wish I had, I'll try to put the link in below. It's a door jammer, which it's like a little stick that goes in between or underneath the handle of the door lock. And it prevents the door from coming open. Now, they would have to make a lot of noise in order to get in. So this gives you time to flee or buckle up, for somebody gonna die. You gonna shoot them. You gonna do something to them, if you cannot actually leave. So it gives you time to prepare. I tend to travel with pepper spray in my checked luggage, little pocket knives, just in case, because you just never know. Now, I don't walk around anxious. I don't walk around with that type of energy of something happening to me or something happening to anybody. I just don't. But working in the job that I had before, I know that it's possible. And I also know how to defend myself really, really well. And I've always known how to defend myself because I'm very small. If you ever met me in person, I'm not like tiny in weight. I'm still kind of chunky, but I'm very small, I'm very short. So people tend to try me a little bit more because I'm smaller. I'm not this gigantic woman. I'm very small. So I have to make sure that I know how to protect myself, and I do very well, in person. But there was nothing that I could have done differently to protect my home, except now I feel a lot more safe. And last night I left again for this weekend just because I just needed a rest and a break from everything. So I left again this weekend and came back home last night, and I slept really well last night. It was the very first night back in my house that I actually slept. So I was so grateful to God for that. Just being able to rest my mind, rest my soul, rest my spirit. And just this morning, I woke up with so much gratitude, so much thanks. And I really debated whether to do this or not, because sometimes people are just so mean and so harsh. And some people sit back and be like, good, I'm glad that happened to her. Yes. And some people will say, well, you know what? I think that I'll put in some measures for myself so this doesn't happen to me. And those are the people that I'm hoping that this video helps. That know, things happen everywhere. And this does not change my love for this country. It doesn't change my love for its people. And it doesn't change my view at all. There's bad people everywhere. And bad people, do things. One person will never, never, ever skew my view on a country that has welcomed me with open arms and with so much love. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. And I'm genuinely, truly happy that I'm well, that I'm safe, and that nothing catastrophic occurred. Because it could have been so much worse. But it wasn't. They took some things. I would be able to replace some of it. But I have my life. I have my gratitude. And for that, I'll always be thankful. So, stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you guys very soon.